Welcome everybody to our webinar today to talk about digital career certificates. I'm here on behalf of Pathstream. I'm going to hand it over to Eva.
Thanks, Brooke. Hi, everybody. My name is Eva Fall. I'm from Emory Continuing Education. I'm the student advisor here. Just to kind of kick us off with some welcome. Thank you so much for coming. To kick us off just with a little bit of an agenda to let you know what to expect and kind of just some stuff from there. So we are going to have some introductions here so you get to meet all of us. We are going to be talking to you about what Pathstream is and what this partnership is. Then we'll have an overview of the certificates that are offered through the Pathstream partnership. Then there will be a platform demo and some time for some Q&A at the end.
Great. So moving on to introductions. Welcome, Mary, handing it over to you.
Thank you so much, Brooke. My name is Mary Zimnick, and I am the digital marketing instructor. I have been teaching for Emory for close to 18 years and getting there. And what I represent, I think, as far as instructors are concerned in the program is that we balance the life between teaching and doing, which I think has been a really good experience for students who are learning these skills because we're able to bring in additional content that has to do with what we're experiencing as far as cutting edge changes and methods and processes. And so that has been, I think, a real valuable experience for me to be able to share that. So I'm really excited I'm excited that you're all here. We're real excited about our digital programs, and I look forward to talk to you about digital marketing.
Thank you, Mary. Super excited to have you here and to have you here to speak to the firsthand experience of folks in the programs. So I'll just do a really brief introduction for myself. My name is Brooke Haig, and I am a learning designer on the Pathstream team. Just to give you a sense of my passion for working at Pathstream, I started as a college professor and very interested in science education. I ended up going into online learning and building massive online courses, and then worked for Microsoft for a time, really looking at from a perspective of a big tech company, what are the digital skills, the future ready skills that folks need to be prepared for digital careers. So from there, I actually joined the Pathstream team, and now I look at working on the same types of issues. What are the relevant skills that folks need to take the jobs that are available, the digitally based jobs, those skills. How do we afford you the best experience online to get those skills and to convert that into real upskilling in your current job, or maybe pivoting into a new role altogether. So that's a little bit about me and why I am here today. And I'll hand it back over to Eva to talk about our partnership.
Great. So for a little bit of context here, Emory Continuing Education has been around for nearly 70 years as the non-credit department of Emory. And over kind of those 70 years, we've really worked hard to provide the quality of programming that you expect when you hear the Emory name. And this partnership with Pathstream really just allowed us to really broaden the offerings that we had. Pathstream is really a leader in courses on digital skills, and they have a lot of connections and a lot of knowledge, and it really allowed us to kind of expand both our programming and give our students the high quality of programming that they expect from us. And so it was really just a no-brainer. It was a really great opportunity for us.
Thank you for that summary. It's a great partnership, and we are, very excited about it. Trying to advance. So I'll go ahead and dive in a little bit to talk about very broadly the demand for digital skills. As Eva mentioned, this is a partnership, and Emory brings so much to it. From our perspective at Pathstream, we bring a piece that is, market research, where we really look at what are the digital skills that are in demand by employers today. if you are, as you are looking for job opportunities, because you are here, you already have a sense of this. The fact that 80% of middle skills jobs require some kind of digital literacy, some kind of software skills. And the good news is that these jobs are in demand and they also pay more. And so again, to speak to the research that we've done, we've really developed targeted certificate programs to address the skills that employers are looking for. And so today we're going to talk about the digital marketing certificate, Tableau data analytics certificate, Salesforce administrator career certificate, and the Asana project management certificate. From a Pathstream perspective, I love to talk about, our custom online learning platform. You may have noticed in those certificates, I'm surfacing some particular tools. So Asana, Salesforce, Tableau, we provide you with tool-based learning. So our platform gives you the opportunity, and I will do a platform demo so you can see it live. It provides you with an opportunity to use these tools in an authentic environment to really build artifacts of the work that you will do in each of those types of jobs. Another strength, another differentiator of our program is that the projects and you will get to do these hands-on lab activities, but also those ladder up to projects. It's project-based learning, which is the gold standard in learning. You get to produce projects that also, not in isolation, you get personalized feedback from wonderful instructors like Mary with us today. And so, and also I get so excited that I talk a lot. Mary certainly ask me to pause if there's an interjection that you want me to make. Otherwise, I'll just keep rolling here. So we have this custom online learning platform, and in terms of the particular details, you work your way through 3 courses. Any of those pathways I just mentioned at the top of the presentation, there are 3 courses prescribed. You're going to prepare again for a career area of your choice. And it's important to note that once you finish, you're going to earn a certificate from Emory, which is an important brand, an important proof point to employers that what you've done is certified, is endorsed by Emory. From the Pathstream point of view, another differentiator from us is that we provide you career services at no additional cost. So what does that mean? Well, while you're working your way through the certificate, so that throughout the pathway, if you will, the certificate, we will provide you with targeted job opportunities. So you'll get a weekly newsletter where we're really surfacing opportunities that are relevant to future things that you might want to interview for. So to help you kind of think through that while you're in the program, of course, we provide you with career aligned curriculum. And I can say from the perspective of being on the learning design team, we work hard to make sure that the content is relevant, is up to date, is career aligned for you as you're working your way through the courses. Now, during the final course of the 3 courses, that's when you really will start to engage heavily with career services. So I won't read you the whole list, but we have a great team that are there to work with you on your resume, your LinkedIn profile. We have career coaching calls, networking support, really anything you can think of that's going to help you to identify and make the most of potential opportunities in whatever path you've chosen, to really take what you've done in your certificate and convert that into whatever it is, a promotion and or a new job altogether. Before I dive into the particulars of each certificate, I do want to mention, the overview broadly, and I won't say much about the digital marketing certificate because, of course, we have Mary and she's going to talk about that. We've got the Salesforce Administrator Career Certificate, Asana Project Management, Tableau Data Analytics, and here we have surfaced, the topics that are covered. And so not only do we identify the main certificates that address very big opportunities in the job market, but we take great pains to provide you with the topics that are going to be important. So if you're going to be a Salesforce admin, these are the things that are going to come up in a job description. These are going to be the day-to-day topics that are going to be important for you to have to succeed in that kind of a job. Same with the Asana project management, same with the data analytics certificate, same with the digital marketing certificate. We're really looking at what is the most efficient and effective, sort of what are the most efficient and effective topics for you to engage with, so you can come out of the certificate ready to go. I want to pause a little bit and make sure that I go through the program details so that we cover everything, so you really understand when you sign up for a certificate what you're getting. I mentioned that each of these certificates comprises 3 courses, so you'll engage in 3 courses. The different certificates vary from 18 to 27 weeks. So as an example, Tableau would be 27 weeks, and that really just varies by topic. It depends. Some courses are 6 weeks, some courses are 9 weeks. But again, each program is 3 courses. With that, we provide you a schedule to stay on track. So you know what content to cover when, and so you'll receive that structure so you know how to progress, and you'll be able to finish in the prescribed amount of time. Now, we do provide structure around that, but also another benefit of online learning and what the program that we provide is that it's flexibly paced. So there's no lectures or specific times to sign on. We understand that the folks that are signing up for our programs, have obligations. Maybe you're working through a full-time job. There are myriad things that you're trying to accomplish aside from this program. So you can sign on when it suits you. That said, as we mentioned before, you will have a dedicated instructor. So you're not doing this alone. You'll be able to sort of sign on and work through things at your own pace, but as needed, as you come up against things that you have questions about, you're not sure about, you want some support, you will have an instructor, and that instructor will answer questions, give you project support, and of course, there's grading as well. Just to emphasize one more time, you will get a certificate, and that certificate comes, it's branded with, Emory. And so the value of that is really terrific, that you're able to go to a future employer and say, look, I completed this certificate and it has been, certified by Emory. It's great that I get to come to speak to you today. Obviously, I'm very excited about that, but it's also great and important to hear from folks like you, because this is a big decision to take on a commitment like this. But it's great to hear from folks like you who have taken this on and have shared with us some of the reasons that they really enjoyed the program, that they were successful. On the left-hand side, I'm not going to read all of the testimonials, but let me highlight, you would be amazed at the opportunities coming my way. And I think that's a testimonial to what a great career services team and program that we have. They really want to work with you. They understand our certificates, and they're really able to help you translate that into successful interviews, successful resumes, successful profiles, to again, get that next job in the certificate area of your choice. On the right-hand side is more to do with, the learning design, the experience in our platform. I enjoyed the labs, instructions were easy to understand. Of course, is nothing like a textbook. I love to hear that. That makes me happy because we spend a lot of time thinking about how do we employ the best practices of online learning. How do we think about adult learners and what their particular needs are? How do we really build, again, within the platform, the best, most efficient, effective experience for our learners? And then, this speaks to maybe the last testimonial as well. I love this one personally. There is no fat, it's all meat. And that's great. That is, we endeavor, again, to make it efficient and effective for our learners. So I will start to dive into the particulars around the certificates, starting with the Tableau Data Analytics certificate. A broad overview. Here we've got some industry data, so you can see lots of job opportunities here, 1 million job postings in the last 12 months, robust growth projected for these kinds of skills going forward. If you're engaged in this certificate, you're thinking about data analyst or business analyst roles, though I will say this is just sort of a couple of examples of many things that you might get involved with. So you're looking for these kinds of roles at, at an entry level job, or maybe you're looking for these kinds of skills to enhance what you're already doing, your current role. I feel like, personally, I pay attention to the news. I'm on LinkedIn browsing, and I see a lot of discussion around data-driven decision-making. Businesses are really looking for data-driven decision-making, and this is this pathway is really addressing that, understanding data and being able to communicate that to internal and external stakeholders at a company. As far as the particulars around courses, the first course in the certificate, you're going to dive into business analytics fundamentals, and right away you're going to be using spreadsheets to clean, analyze, and synthesize data. You're going to be able to communicate analysis insights. So, building charts and tables, that's the first course off the top. The next course is diving a little bit deeper into an important skill, which is databases. And SQL is a popular and widely used language for just that, managing databases, another vital skill for someone that's in data analysis. Finally, we're going to get into data visualizations. This is where you're going to use Tableau. Again, another really sought after skill, another important tool that's sought after by employers looking for folks that are skilled in data analysis. The Salesforce Administrator Career Certificate, I'm going to take a little bit more time with this, that you may have heard of Salesforce, but often people have additional questions to try to understand what it means to be a Salesforce administrator. Again, a little information about the career outlook. We're looking at millions of job postings. You're looking at, again, robust growth in this sector. To parse CRM, customer relationship management. So if you think about that there's really no business that doesn't want to manage relationships, or I should say doesn't need to manage relationships with customers. You're building relationships with customers. You're trying to add customers. You're trying to keep customers. And this is the person that is using the tool that is managing that important data for a company. So this certificate is going to prepare you for jobs. And again, just a couple of sample jobs: Salesforce administrator, sales representative, but you could certainly go on LinkedIn or Indeed, your favorite job platform, and take a look and see what's out there regarding Salesforce. You're going to, after this certificate, this is really going to prepare you for entry-level jobs, those kinds of roles. You can apply this skill set to your own job. We have graduates who have really successfully become the admin on their team. There was a gap, and they filled that gap, and they ended up being the person on the team that was the expert, super valuable, training others on Salesforce. You will be prepared for the Salesforce administrator exam, once you finish this degree, if you decide that that's something, again, kind of a nice to have, in addition to the certificate that you're going to have that's branded by Emory. If you decide that you want to move on and take this with a fair, a reasonable amount of study, you could absolutely pass the exam and sort of add that to your profile. So what is a Salesforce admin? Not going to read you all the data points here, but it's a really important role. You're managing, customer data, customer relationships. And so Salesforce is the top line tool that many businesses use. You're going to be able to work fluidly in Salesforce to create reports and workflows and dashboards. And again, that's a really important skill set that businesses across the board are looking for. To speak to that, if you were to go and search your favorite job platform, you could do a search on Salesforce and healthcare, or Salesforce and retail, or Salesforce and education, and you would see jobs bubble up around those particulars. So this is really this skill set, we like to call it no regret skill set, you're really going to acquire skills that will apply across lots of different industries, which means this is also very likely valuable in your current role. In terms of the particular courses, we're going to start you off with the fundamentals of Salesforce. You're going to jump right into that tool, and you're going to learn how to use particular aspects and produce reports, charts, dashboards. Again, a strength of the program is that you're going to engage with things, producing artifacts while you're working in the courses. They'll be authentic to the work that you would do as a Salesforce admin. So right away in the first course, you're doing things that would be authentic to a real job as a Salesforce admin. Once you have the foundation of that, Salesforce, that first course with Salesforce, a lot of alliteration there, you're going to jump into more depth. What are the particulars that set someone apart from a Salesforce user to become a Salesforce admin? So you're going to extend your knowledge of cloud features and reporting tools, permissions, security features, designing apps. Again, you're going to be doing things that are authentic to that job. And then you have the opportunity in the third course to really dive deep into advanced topics. So you're going to come out the other side of the certificate ready for that Salesforce admin position. The Asana Project Management Career Certificate. Great outlook. Again, we've done the work to really identify, what are the tools, Asana in this case, and what are the sectors, project management, that are sought after by businesses. So we have millions of job postings. We have robust growth. And if you really think about project management broadly, this is a skill set that's going to help everyone. I know I use project management in my work, and my job isn't particularly a project manager. That said, if you're looking to complete this and to get into a different career, you would be looking at jobs such as project manager, project coordinator, and maybe you just want to go through this certificate to beef up your skills around project management, to supercharge your current job. And the other thing, I will say that after this, you will be prepared for the CAPM, the Certified Associate in Project Management exam. And that's offered by the Project Management Institute, recognized globally as something that would enhance your credentials as a project manager. Not necessary, but certainly something you might think about and will be prepared for with a bit of study after you finish the certificate. In terms of the courses here, so you're going to start with foundational courses, but even your first course, you're jumping right in to do things, to build things that are authentic to a project manager. You're going to learn and build a project charter. You're going to create a stakeholder register. You're going to create a scope statement. Maybe you don't know what those things mean, but we're going to describe them to you, and we're going to scaffold it, and you're going to do it. You're going to add those things to your portfolio so that you're ready day one as a project manager to do these things in a job. Course number 2, we're looking at project planning, and I want to highlight here that this gets more into the tools. So you're using Asana, you're using Google Sheets, and you're making schedules, making budgets. And in terms of, I just want to highlight that when I get into the project demo, keep in mind, that you're going to be doing these things in the platform during labs. So we're using these tools in the platform while you're learning, while you're making your progress through your courses. Third course, topic that's really important in project management, we've structured it all around risk management. So you're going to take a deep dive into risk management. The digital marketing certificate. So this is where I pause, and I'll hand it over to Mary.
Thank you, Brooke. So I'm going to try not to get overexcited, but I'm really excited about this program. Like I mentioned earlier, I've been teaching at Emory for 18 years, and I taught graphic design and web design, and was part of a team that began the first digital marketing program, which we're really proud of. And this one just built off on it. And I cannot, I wish I could speak to everything that Brooke said so far and just, draw a line under it with an exclamation point, that the programs I've run, the cohorts I've run thus far for digital marketing, it's been so exciting in so many ways, because of the course structure, because of the interaction with students, because of the career services have been outstanding. Every single program, I see people starting businesses, getting promotions, finding new opportunities, it's lifted them emotionally and personally and in every single way. And so wonderful, wonderful stuff. Now, the career outlook on digital marketing is outstanding. We have especially a lot of opportunities in the Southeast. Atlanta, like all of the major cities around the country, but around the world, but specifically Atlanta is a hub for the headquarters and for great networks, but specifically for digital opportunities. Social media is very hot here, and managing all of that and how it interacts with different channels in digital marketing is outstanding. So, I've been working in the field myself for more years than I really want to admit, but we'll just say 25 in communications. And it has been an exciting opportunity for me to see how that shifted for marketing into centering on digital marketing and everything that brought into traditional marketing. So the opportunities are outstanding. They're outstanding for people who are new to the industry. They're outstanding for people who have traditional experiences in marketing and are adding digital skills and new approaches and processes. So it's the job growth for probably the next 10 years, for the bulk of what you're looking at for the next stage in your career, is absolutely in your favor. So I can't say that with more passion than I can possibly hold back here. So, okay, let's move on to the next slide. So Brooke did such a great job of talking about the basic structure of the courses, which I have just fallen in love with this as an educator. In our program, it's similar, but you're getting a slightly different approach because of the all-encompassing experience of digital marketing. Like I talked to my students about, we've got sort of front-end marketing and back-end marketing, and then which is what we're covering here, which is super exciting. In the first course, you're getting a foundation in marketing strategy on a whole, which is going to cover, like what Brooke said, were these pieces that were so important. Understanding how to identify the reason why you're working on that project in that moment, which is really critical. Understanding how to articulate what makes this brand specific and unique so that you can project that and promote that in the market, and then understanding the market. We learn about understanding target audience segments. We learn about understanding our competition and how to position the brand in that in the market. We learn about how to identify your goals and your KPIs, your metrics for being able to determine that you're meeting your goals, but also what your strategy is to carry your target audience through what we call the customer journey and the funnel until we get them to where we want them to go as far as what our goals are. That's the first course. And that's what we consider sort of the front end side of marketing. And it is very exciting. And what I have witnessed over the several programs that I've taught so far is students really dig in that first course and learn an awful lot about all of this, but also learn about themselves and how they're seeing themselves in this role that they're growing into, which is super exciting. So there's a lot of personal development that's happening along the way too. In the second course, in that back end side of marketing, we're doing analytics, and Brooke beautifully brought into a lot of discussion about data. And so this is about how we capture data, how we analyze it, how we then in real time go back in and speak to what we're doing in the ongoing campaign, which is an exciting thing that we can do in digital that we haven't been able to do in marketing before that. We can do an agile kind of approach to marketing where we can get out there and actually test how the plan is working as it's being implemented and make alterations and changes to it. And the only reason we can do that is because we learn how to gather data. So in the first course, we have this wonderful tool in Google Documents and presentation that we work with. In the second tool, the second course, you're working with Google Sheets, which allows you to really get in there and learn how the formula work for taking the raw data and turning it into metrics that you can then turn into analysis. We also do data visualizations in this section, which is all a part of how we're reporting these ongoing analyses to the stakeholders and also to the team. So you know then how to continue to conduct what's happening in the campaign. So the exciting thing is the third course, which I like to think of as sort of a practicum, because you take what you learn in the first and the second course, the front end and the back end pieces of it, and you bring it together into a real world campaign where you're working with an actual client and you're running a mixed campaign for them. You're going to work in Facebook ads, and you're going to run a paid campaign while you're also putting together an organic campaign. So then you learn how to gather those metrics on an actual campaign that's running over a course of a week or two and determine how you're doing with that and learn an awful lot. And then most likely, as many of my students have done, add a new client or a new employer into their experience, because a lot of this rolls right into great opportunities. So in addition to all of the amazing career services that we have in our program, what's exciting, I think, also is what I mentioned before, is that you've got instructors who work in the field. And so it's very often that I will also, write a letter of recommendation or take a look at somebody's resume or LinkedIn profile, or give them some advice on how to approach, how I think that they might do a good job in approaching an interview. And that's happened an awful lot. And so there's a lot of sort of comprehensive support for you. And what Brooke said also that was brilliant is that you can make this program what works best for you. You can make it work around what you need in your life. I have a sort of a rule that always works. I have 30% of my students who really don't need me very much other than to get me to grade their work and support them a little bit. I have 30% or around 30% who need a lot from me, who need almost more traditional teaching experience with me. And then that crowd in the middle who are mixed in between. So what I've done, and this is completely voluntary, but if you want to take advantage of this, once a week I do something called office hours. And we meet in a live session like this, and I have a total of 16 topics that I talk about that support the core material. And we have that chance to kind of work through things together live. And so that's something that we do. And it's been really good for the student that gets an awful lot from that. And so I'm so excited about this. Having worked in marketing for so many years, I cannot tell you how successful this has been for several, a couple hundred students that I've already taught who've gone on to make great changes in their life. So I'm just really happy. Sorry, I'm always happy when I'm talking about this. It's just been so good for students, and we care very much about the outcomes for you personally in your lives. Thanks, Brooke. I'll be quiet now.
Oh gosh, thank you so much. I feel like it's an unfair advantage to the other programs, because if I was on this call, I would immediately sign up for digital marketing. But
oh no, sign up. They're all great. And I want to say one thing about the other three programs are amazing, but I was just talking to my students a couple of weeks ago about Salesforce, that I had gathered some new data on it from Gartner, which is a wonderful research company. And they're starting to call Salesforce the single pane of glass, which means that in this new world of business analytics, where analytics goes across the whole division, the whole enterprise, they're needing a single dashboard that works across all different disciplines, and Salesforce is that. So I'd love to see you in my program, but all of these four are amazing.
That's so interesting. That's so interesting. Thank you, Mary. I really appreciate it. And again, just just your presence and your enthusiasm and your support mean so much, and it testifies to a strength of this program, which is passionate folks like you that are really helping our students make it happen.
Thank you.
So I will jump into a platform demo here. Hopefully, let me know if I'm not sharing. I think I'm sharing the platform. So what you'll see as a student is you're going to jump in. Here I have business analytics fundamentals. So this is the first course in the data analytics pathway. As a student, you will be assigned some content, and then you will scroll down. So I'm going to pick a particular lesson today around data cleaning. So you're going to jump into a module. You're going to have an introduction to data cleaning. I'm going to jump right into the next lesson. Basically, the introduction is going to help structure where you're going. So you've got your learning objectives, you've got why this matters. Clicking in, I'm trying to be efficient here with time. I apologize, so this is a little bit quick. But what I want to highlight is that our platform is not just, of course, we have explanatory text. We do have some videos that, sort of as necessary, but we also provide you with, again, just what you need and not too much. You're not going to be overwhelmed with videos. You're not going to be overwhelmed with text. We have strategic places in the course for knowledge check. You're going to do some learning, then you're going to check in and proof that learning. And then again, I want to really highlight that this is a longer lesson that I've picked here. Sorry, I'm going to scroll down because I want to get to the lab. I want to show you what kind of an experience you're going to have in the lab. And this is in particular to data analytics, but we've talked about other tools. So if this is project management, you're going to open a lab. It's going to open to Asana. If you're in the Salesforce program, you're going to open that. It's going to open to Salesforce. This is particular to data analytics. And so what we are going to use is Google Sheets. But what you can see here is on the left, you have a very scaffolded experience. We go to great pains to take care in scaffolding the tasks that you need to do, telling you how to do them, giving you step-by-step instructions, giving you gifts to show you exactly what you need to do to give you enough structure. You'll complete the tasks, and those tasks, again, ladder up to eventually a project where you really demonstrate your learning and will come out the other side with authentic artifacts of things that you would do on the job for these programs.